David is a prisoner. He doesn't look like one. He wears a Rolex, drives a Porsche, and posts about freedom on Instagram. But make no mistake, David is serving a life sentence in a prison he built himself. It is 2 a.m. David is awake, staring at the ceiling. His phone is buzzing. A client is angry. A shipment is lost. He has to fix it. Why? Because David believes a deadly lie. Nobody can do it as well as I can. He thinks he owns a business. He doesn't. He owns a high-paying job with a boss who never lets him sleep himself. This is the founder's trap. You start a business to buy your freedom, but if you aren't careful, you end up selling your soul to the operations. Why does this happen? Why do smart people build their own prisons? It isn't because you don't have enough time. It is because you have too much ego. We call this the hero syndrome. Think about it. When there is a crisis in your business and you rush in to save the day, what happens? You solve the problem. The client thanks you. Your employees look at you with awe. You get a massive dopamine hit. You feel important. You feel essential. You feel like the hero. But this feeling is a drug, and like any drug, it is destroying you. Here is the hard truth that hurts to hear. If your business relies on you to survive, your business is worthless. Investors have a term for this: key man risk. If I buy your business and you get hit by a bus tomorrow, does the revenue stop? If the answer is yes, then I am not buying an asset. I am buying a job that nobody can do but you. You have optimized for importance instead of freedom. You need to stop being the firefighter who puts out the fires. You need to become the architect who builds a building that doesn't burn down. So how do we measure this? In software engineering, there is a brutal metric called the bus factor. It asks a simple, morbid question. How many people on your team need to get hit by a bus for the project to fail? For most founders, the answer is 1. If you go down, the ship sinks. That is a bus factor of 1. That is a critical failure. Your goal as a founder is to increase that number. You need to build a system where you can disappear for 30 days. And when you come back, the company is not just surviving. It is growing. But you can't get there by working harder. You can only get there by doing the one thing most creative founders hate doing. You have to become boring. You have to start the extraction. You need to take everything that is in your head, your genius, your instincts, your special touch, and put it on paper. Most people think standard operating procedures, SOPs, are boring bureaucratic paperwork. They are wrong. SOPs are the keys to the handcuffs. You need to write the manual for your own replacement. When you write an email to a client, don't just send it. Copy it, paste it into a document. Label it how we talk to angry clients. When you fix a tech issue, record your screen. Save the video. Label it how to fix the server. You are building an external brain. You are taking the magic out of you and putting it into the machine. Until you document the magic, you are the only magician, and the magician never gets a day off. There is an ancient story in the Bible that perfectly explains this transition. It is about Moses. Moses was leading millions of people through the desert. He was a great leader chosen by God, but he was making a fatal mistake. From morning until evening, he sat in a chair, and the people stood around him, waiting for him to judge their disputes and solve their problems. He was the bottleneck for an entire nation. His father-in-law Jethro watched this and said something profound. He said, "What you are doing is not good. You and these people who come to you will only wear yourselves out. The work is too heavy for you. You cannot handle it alone. This is the wisdom of the ages. You are not designed to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. That is not your job. There is a spiritual cost to grinding yourself into dust. You are called to be a steward of your business, not a slave to it. A good steward builds a system that is strong enough to stand on its own. A steward knows that rest is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of good management." Jethro told Moses to appoint capable men to handle the small problems, so Moses could focus on the vision. He built a hierarchy. He built a system, and because of that, the nation survived. You need to apply the Jethro principle today, but you can't just dump work on people and walk away. That is not delegation. That is abdication. There are 4 levels to this. Level 1 is do exactly what I say. You give them the SOP, they follow the script. Level 2 is research and report. They look into the problem and give you the options, but you make the decision. Level 3 is decide and inform. They make the decision, and then they tell you what they did. Level 4 is decide. You don't even need to know. Most of you are stuck at level 0, doing it yourself. You need to move your team to level 1, then level 2. Eventually, you want a team of level 4 leaders who don't need you. That is when you go from being a business operator to a business owner. The goal of the Scale Foundry is not just to make you rich. It is to make you free. Money without time is just a different kind of poverty. If you have millions in the bank, but you can't attend your child's birthday because a server crashed, you are poor. Your final test as a founder is simple. Can you fire yourself? Can you make yourself irrelevant to the daily operations so that you can focus on the vision? Stop trying to be the hero. Start building the machine. Kill the ego. Document the process. Escape the cage. This is the Scale Foundry. Subscribe if you are ready to build a business that you actually own. Build smart, scale hard.